Hello and welcome to On the Break. I'm here with Mike again, just Mike, no Joel this time. And we are going to be here for some football, a little Week 11 recap. We were wrong about a lot of things. We were right about a lot of things. But Mike, how are you doing today on this fine Tuesday?
I'm pretty good, it's nice out. I'm a little cold, but it's all good. The sun's out, sun's shining,
Yeah,
good day to maybe go for a drive. I have no idea, but
maybe.
maybe it's a good day to forget about Sunday for most teams.
Yes, including yours. We'll get into it. But it was a
Yeah,
day to remember for,
yeah, day to remember.
yeah,
Cowboys fans finally pulled the W, so
finally.
they've been partying probably till today. So
Yeah, they're probably still partying.
been trying to keep off Twitter for the past few days.
Good idea. Good idea. The Cowboys
Uh-huh.
fans are running rampant after winning their third game. Uh, it's bad. Here's the thing: that NFC East division is all tied up basically, all three wins, and that Eagles tie that everyone was mad at is keeping the Eagles in the game. Doug Peterson's decision to be an absolute coward is the reason the Eagles are in first place in the NFC East. You know what? We usually start off with a Thursday night game. We're already on the NFC, so let's do your Eagles, man. The Browns and the Eagles. That was an ugly game. 17-22. Cleveland got the win this time. The Eagles are 3-6-1 in the division lead. And I mean, it was just a weird quarterback duel with Baker Mayfield and Carson Wentz. That was really exciting to watch. Not really. Carson Wentz did throw 2 touchdowns, and Baker Mayfield was great at handing the ball off as usual. But I mean, I know Mike is very critical of Baker Mayfield, and I'm sure he's just as critical of Carson Wentz this game as he did have a good one. Mike, what did you make of this game? It was a terrible weather game again in Cleveland, but what did you make of it?
Well, Makuch, I'm trying to avoid hypertension. So what I'm going to do before discussing the Eagles and the Browns, the horrific game I've seen,
Yeah,
probably one of the worst games I've seen this season, is I'm going to throw on this very warm heating pad around my neck
nice.
and just keep myself, cool down and
You
just to
gotta.
chill while I'm talking about this. So, well, Baker Mayfield's awful as ever. Carson Wentz was inept. I don't know where his talent went. His talent just kind of disappeared for the past few weeks.
I mean,
It's been pretty bad.
put on top.
Doug Peterson, I'm honestly calling for his job. He sucks. He has not been the play calling. He has not had the play calling mojo as he had for the past few years.
Yeah,
There's something just definitely off in that organization. I don't think it just stops at. A lot of people like to. A lot of the thing about a lot of these Eagles fans is they like to look at one person and blame them. Right now, it's on Carson Wentz, and I don't think it's entirely his fault. I do blame him for some stuff. There were some throws I was just like, why? And there were some throws where I literally just jumped out of my seat and I was excited as hell
yeah,
because I saw flashes. Because that's what Carson Wentz has been doing this whole year: flashes and then just mediocrity and just a couple bad throws. That's what's been the script for Carson Wentz this season. And like I was saying, coming back to who's the for the blame game here, I would say this goes down to organizational. Like it goes down to coaching too, because the O line was absolutely horrible. Jason Peters, I've called for him to be benched, and of course Doug Peterson is still perpetuating just awful, just awful play. He keeps on rewarding it. He needs to hold these players accountable. And people might be saying, "Wait, Meg, are you saying bench Carson Wentz?" Yes, actually. I'm saying maybe for a quarter or two, maybe for a half, maybe roll out Jalen Hurts for a half and see what happens. Give Carson Wentz a wake up call that he's got to play better. Because I'm not, like I said, I'm not putting all this on him. This Sunday's loss was not entirely on him, but he was part of the reason though. And I'm not saying that Jalen Hurts can come out of nowhere and toss 5 touchdowns. I'm pretty sure he's not going to do that. Pretty sure he's going to probably play as bad or painfully average. But I mean, it's just something. Just shake up the lineup real quick. Maybe I mean, Goddard finally had a good game. I mean, Rager, they just got to get him more involved, and Doug Peterson's just got to do better play calling. And honestly, after the season, bringing an OC, or if Doug Peterson doesn't want to give up the play calling job, kick him to the curb. I'm
yeah.
honestly calling to just rebrand this entire organization, and I think that's from what I'm seeing. This is where I should go. The second interception too. There's no will on this team. Alshon Jeffrey. I don't know if he was playing a little hopscotch on the field. I don't know what kind of jump was that, everybody blaming it on Wentz, but this man is like 6'3". He should at least make a play on the ball. He literally went like he was like raising his hand in class, looking like that kind of stuff. Like it's ridiculous. It's like high school football team like kind of play. This is ridiculous. Like there's no will on this team. Fulgham had like 3 drops. I don't know. He's had a sharp decline over the past 2-3 weeks. And about the Browns, they just used their old formula, ground and pound. I mean, Chubb was held in check until he broke out for a huge run in the second half, literally almost going beast mode in the entire defense.
Yeah.
Kareem Hunt did not have a good game. I mean, he had like I think 13 carries for 11 yards, non-factor,
had
one
that touchdown though.
But one touchdown. That's what they'll remember him for. But other than that, he was held in check the entire game, more than with Chubb. And like I said, Baker Mayfield, your boy, inept as ever. Not a great quarterback. He just did what was asked of him, even though his stat line doesn't show he did not have a great game, though. And I'm not saying that he was as good as Carson Wentz. I think they were pretty even for this game. I mean, just a lot of just inept quarterback play, you know?
It was we were talking about this before like during the game. It was like both quarterbacks would start out their drives with some really solid throws. I mean, even Baker had a lot of solid throws this game. You know,
there was one I saw to Higgins. I was like, wow, he made that throw. I'm like, I'm surprised. I mean, there was one play you got to admit, McCooch, wide open Austin Hooper.
No, I'm getting there.
Then
red zone.
Baker Mayfield, as inept as he is, overthrows him as if he was like a 12-foot tight end. That was an awful throw.
That was a bad
Nobody
throw.
was there.
Oh, it's terrible. You got to make those 2 throws. You have to make those 2 throws.
It's only 5 yards out.
This game would have been way over.
It would have been over a long time ago. Yeah, exactly.
But I mean, you know, that's something that you can work on, but it should be there by now, obviously.
Okay, here's the thing too. They're both pros. They're not. I mean, obviously, Wentz was drafted earlier. He was drafted the year before.
Yeah.
If I'm not wrong. Oh, actually, never mind. 2 years, I think, if I'm not wrong.
Well,
because before Mayfield. I expect Wentz to be a lot better because he's shown that he can be an elite quarterback, as I've called him to be. I mean, this season he's nowhere near that title. But Baker Mayfield, this is the time where he's supposed to be in his prime. He's supposed to be playing lights out for a number 1 overall pick. He has not shown anywhere near that. He has not shown his play has matched up to those expectations. That's what I'm saying too. And I'm not, like I said, not excusing Wentz. Wentz needs to live with those expectations. He's got a huge contract under his belt. Yeah. He has these high expectations, and a lot of people say that he lost confidence, and I see that. Like, he seems very timid in the pocket. He needs to roll out to play well, and
yeah. I mean, I really don't. I give a lot of quarterbacks time. I like to give my quarterbacks time. I'm still giving Baker Mayfield another year, right? Because the quarterbacking isn't just a physical. You're good at this age. It is a mental development and a system. And I want to give Baker Mayfield the whole year of this system, right? They finally. I'm not going to call for the guy's job when you're 7-3. You know?
Oh, I'm not calling for Mayfield's job, definitely. Yeah. But what I do like though is that I like where Kevin Stefanski's going with this direction, and I think finally Baker Mayfield has a stable coach, a stable-minded coach, other than like Freddie Kitchens or Hugh Jackson. Holy moly!
Greg Williams for 7 games. You can't be a quarterback like that. You can't.
Exactly. Yeah, of course. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, of course, with each year and with more years of experience under their belt, you do expect your quarterback to improve, but I will give him credit, though. He finally has a good coach in Stefanski, and I do like where this organization is going under his direction.
Yeah, if Baker Mayfield's going to have a boom year like people want him to, it's going to be next year. It's not going to be this year.
But watch out, though, guys. This coming week or next week, Baker Mayfield debate, is he elite or not, coming out soon.
We'll see. Well, I don't think anybody will ever say that Baker Mayfield's elite, but I think it's more of it would be more of a what should the Browns do with him? What is their plan? What is the Browns' quarterback plan going forward? But anyway, we'll get into it all. A team that also has the quarterback situation figured out. Seattle and the Cardinals. We got it wrong. We said it was going to be the Cardinals. They lost. I just want to say sorry. The game was.
Oh no, I didn't. I didn't say. Hey, I did say the Seahawks would win this one by one possession. Okay. And I was right.
It was one possession. Well, I'm sorry. Russell Wilson was accurate. He was, consistent. Not a lot of yards, but 2 touchdowns, and it was a solid game from both teams. I don't really see much else. Holding the Cardinals to 21 points is something this defense needed, and Thursday Night Football was a solid game as we expected. It wasn't anything crazy like the last one. It didn't really live up to those expectations that people
Yeah.
really expected to, but it was a good game, and I enjoyed it. What'd you make?
Yeah, and surprisingly, you got to give a round of applause to the Seahawks defense. My goodness.
Yeah.
Did not expect them to come in and ball out like they did. I thought they were going to get killed. But the defense did well enough to have the Cardinals' leading receiver in yards to be Larry Fitz.
Yeah.
And that's a pretty good accomplishment, allowing the most yards to an aging vet, which is great to see. Running game was kind of yeah, exactly. And running game was pretty much of a non-factor. They really kept this team, really made this offense one-dimensional. They had Kyler Murray just try to air it out as much as possible. He didn't have a bad game. He had 2 touchdowns under his belt. One guy that was underrated as hell this game is Carlos Hyde. Always liked him. Always liked his playing style. 5.6 yards per carry and a touchdown under his belt. He did a not bad of a half job. You know,
that's what you expect.
And Metcalf didn't need to do too much. Metcalf didn't have to have like a 150-yard game, 2 touchdowns. He just did what was asked of him. You know, he had like about 50 yards. He had a touchdown. Tyler Lockett balled out too. Yeah, and the Seahawks just followed their formula. They didn't try to be all too flashy. They just did what it took to win, and what it took to win was just not being as predictable, spraying the ball out as we saw. Like Olsen, Hyde, and Dallas had a couple catches too, and Lockett and Metcalf also. He spread this ball out, and what they did was just ground and pound. And as you see, Carlos Hyde on 14 carries had 5.6 yards per carry. That's just the winning formula right there for the Seahawks.
The ground and pound play action formula, it's working in the NFL. It's a new style of offense. It's what we got going on here. There are 2 teams that love that more than anybody else in the entire National Football League, and they were able to play. In the 4 o'clock game, it was the game of the week, in my opinion. I don't think anybody else would really deny this. The Packers and my Colts. The Colts get the win on a Rodrigo Blankenship, the Spoggles man, the field goal in overtime. It was a great game. I was really happy with the way the Colts played. I was happy with the way the Packers played. But again, what do we say about this defense? This Packer defense needs to stop the run.
I will give credit when it's due. So, Makuch, you were wrong about the Cardinals. I sincerely apologize to all the Colts fans out there. I did pick Packers to win a close one. Very close.
It was close. It was close.
But the Colts were very impressive, you know. Obviously, it's very hard to limit the amount of points you can allow to this Packers offense. That's number one. Devontae Adams balled the hell out. My goodness gracious. Yeah, I mean, and yeah, like you said, this Packers run defense definitely needs to improve. They have not been a big bright spot for this team. I mean, Jonathan Taylor finally just came out of nowhere all of a sudden. I thought Hines was going to get most of the carries, but I mean, Taylor got 90 yards on the ground, which was great.
I told you to start him. You're welcome for the 9 points.
Okay. Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. I'm being serious with you.
For the 9 points. My bad.
Yeah, but also he had a few catches too. So, I mean, you're welcome for getting you a over 12-point running back right there. People who are in PPR. If you're not a PPR, then I don't know what the hell's wrong. I don't know what's wrong with you, honestly, at this point. But Phillip Rivers, very impressive for me. I'm going to be honest with you. 288 yards, only one. He limited himself to 1 turnover. That was the biggest surprise of the night.
When you throw the ball 36 times, it's not bad.
I was blown away. I was like, no way he had a 3-touchdown effort, 3-to-1 interception ratio. I would have understood a 3-to-3 touchdown to interception ratio for Phillip Rivers the way he's been playing, but
he's had a good few game stretch though. I've liked the way.
Yeah, I'm blown away. He did a really good job today on Sunday night, and and also too, to all those Packer fans who are whining about this, Rodgers has all the weapons he needs. Scantling is a very good deep threat. I mean, did you see Lazard just catching over 3 defenders? Are you kidding me? And people are saying that Rodgers doesn't have any weapons. Are you kidding me? I would kill for the Eagles to have Lazard right now, or the Jets actually. I mean, whoever needs a wide receiver, we would kill to have these weapons. You got Aaron Jones in the backfield. You got Devontae Adams, who was like a top 3 receiver at this point. Exactly. He's been balling out. You could say the receivers right now, you could say is Hopkins. you could say maybe Julio and Devontae Adams.
Yeah,
And I would
that's your
obviously
top
top
three, no matter
five.
who.
I would throw in DK Metcalf in my top five
Okay.
because obviously he has had a great season so far. But Aaron Rodgers has all he needs to win. He has the winning formula. He has a number
Tanya's
one
been good,
receiver.
too.
He's got great. Yeah, Tanyan is turning out to be a tight end number one. He's on my fantasy team. Love that guy, my boy. I got Goddard and Tanyan, so I'm happy about that.
Love it.
But yeah, like I said, Rodgers has this winning formula. He has an elite wide receiver one. He's got great options in wide receiver 2 and 3. He's got a great running game. Jamal Williams is not half bad. Also, you got Aaron Jones who can ball out.
Yeah.
And yeah, like I said, but also with this team and also with this game, what you're starting to realize is that they need the refs to win. As you saw, Makuch, 4 holding calls. Like, how's that possible? I have no idea.
Yeah, I
don't know what they're doing. Maybe they're the new Patriots. Who knows? Maybe they cheat their way to try to win, but they couldn't cheat their way to win this time. So, Packers fans, hold this L right here because you guys lost.
The Colts are always getting
big fat L. And Aaron Rodgers is not the GOAT, by the way. Tom Brady still is.
Tom Brady. If anybody tells me that Tom Brady is not the greatest quarterback of all time, I will walk away.
There's something wrong with you.
I will walk away.
That's exactly. I had a lot of people hit me up and go like, Aaron Rodgers, yeah, man, he's just it's a one-man show. I'm like, no, it's not. He has everybody he needs. I would expect him to toss over 300 yards with his weapons that he has. Like, my goodness. Like, do you see how many emerging stars they're going to be on this Packers offense? My goodness.
This is why I supported the Jordan Love pick. It's really why I did. I mean, when you throw the ball 38 times, you're going to throw for some numbers. That's just the way it goes now. But a quarterback that has not gotten a lot of love recently and hasn't played very great, but also hasn't had a great supporting cast either in terms of coaching and play call and everything. I'm talking about Lamar Jackson and his Ravens the other day on Sunday, taking the – I know you're loving this one because you are the biggest Lamar Jackson hater I ever met in my life. Not really, but he's crying. He's crying about it. But these Tennessee Titans, they're 7-3.
Where?
They're 7-3 now. They played great. Derrick Henry, the play that they drew up was literally an L in overtime. The overtime rushing play from Derrick Henry got them the win. Ryan Tannehill played okay. Lamar Jackson played, I don't know. But, I mean, this defense for Baltimore has not played great. This was not a good game for Baltimore in any sense of the matter. And now you lose J.K. Dobbins to good old Rona. It's going to be an interesting stretch going forward now that you're 6-4. The Browns have a better record than the Baltimore Ravens at this point in the season. Who would have thought? And the Steelers are 10-2. But, Mike, I'm going to let you go off on Lamar Jackson and whatever you're deciding to do here. The floor is yours.
Well, Makuch, you were definitely right. 2020 is turning out to be just a wild year. I've never thought I'd see the day where Cleveland Browns would be 7-3 and have the Baltimore Ravens at 3rd place at the moment in AFC East. Well, one thing, though, is that, okay, number one, we keep on seeing this trend. Lamar Jackson needs to win a big game. What is with him not being able to win these big games? It's just, oh, my goodness. I mean, okay, the defense has not played as well. The defense, I mean, gave up that overtime run by to King Henry, which was a great run to see. Love to see it because I want to see all the Raven fans and Lamar Jackson lovers cry.
Yeah.
But also to begin this game, Lamar did not play a good game. I mean, Tennessee defense is not elite. They're good, but they're not great. Yeah, they're a solid defense, but these are the type of defenses Lamar Jackson should be able to tear apart. Lamar Jackson was mostly held in check today. Check on Sunday. I mean, 3.9 yards per carry, not a lot, much to do on the ground. I mean, Lamar had a 1-to-1 touchdown interception ratio. He threw for under 200 yards. Not really doing much. I mean, he missed some throws. He just made a lot of easy throws, and there's nothing really much to say. Yeah, there's not really much to say about this team. I mean, you got a great tight end in Mark Andrews. He almost had a 100-yard game. Great to see. Des Bryant is back. I never thought I'd hear that.
5 targets is ridiculous. The fact that Lamar Jackson had to target Des Bryant that many times tells you how this game went for Baltimore. Baltimore's plays are being called out right in front of them. They're D-line.
Exactly, because that's the thing. They made this offense way too one-dimensional. Everybody just expects Lamar just to step back for 3 seconds, take off and run. Yeah. That's what's that. I mean, Lamar had 13 carries. My goodness. You got to be less predictable than that. because like my script for Lamar for the past 3 games has been under 200 passing yards. He'll probably get like 50, 60 yards on the ground. He'll probably have like 10, 15 carries. Who knows? And I mean, Ryan Tannehill, he had a decent game. You know, a little over 250 yards. I mean, Derrick Henry carried most of the game, as we've seen. The Titans' offense is really nothing without Derrick Henry. Obviously, Corey Davis had another big game. I'm very, very surprised to see how he's been breaking out this season. All of a sudden, don't know how. Yeah, but like I said, the Ravens really need to get their act together and stop making this offense so damn one-dimensional, as you and I have talked in the past episodes, because they're getting more predictable, and this is just translating to more L's because they're literally looking over and they're going like, "Oh, we know this play. They've done it millions of times."
Yeah,
it's just a wash, rinse, and repeat offense, honestly.
Yeah,
and
a lot of people are calling for offensive coordinators' jobs here. A lot of people are just Ravens fans are very angry with the way that their team has been playing. Not necessarily Lamar Jackson, but more of how this team has played. It's not really on him entirely. This team has not played well around him, especially this defense and this offensive play calling.
Oh yeah, of course. But also too, if you're a reigning MVP, you should be able to elevate your team. Honestly, that's my honest opinion. I've seen a lot of quarterbacks do that when they had no weapons around them. But like I said, I mean, I'm not going to entirely put this on Lamar Jackson. He hasn't had the best offensive play calling, honestly. Like I said, way too predictable, wash, rinse, repeat offense. But I do expect a little more from Lamar Jackson, especially since coming off an MVP campaign. And right now, he's playing nowhere near a top 5, even a top 10 quarterback. He's playing nowhere near that skill level at the moment, and that's showing.
It's on some Baker Mayfield type talent.
And yeah, not bad for running back yet.
Not bad for a running back. We love to see it. Anyway, that's enough about Baltimore. We'll see if they can put a good game again on Thursday night against Pittsburgh. That's going to be a good one. It's going to be a big prove-it game for these Ravens. We'll see if the Steelers can remain 11-0, but that's besides the point. I do want to mention really quickly Joe Burrow. That was not fun to see. His leg, I don't even want to say it, but it's not in good shape. He tore his ACL. MCL, there's other damage. He's going to be out for a while. That injury was freaky. It was Dak Prescott-esque, except for
prayers up to Joe Burrow, man. He still has a very, very bright future. I do expect a lot of great things from this guy.
His mind is just, I'm gonna be back, and he will be back, and I think he's gonna be just as good as he was.
Oh, he's gonna be better. He's gonna be better than ever. Really, really excited to see what he could bring to the table.
He has all the confidence in the world to be able to do this, and I love the way that he's handling this. I think the Bengals are gonna come back next season. I think they're actually gonna be a pretty solid team if they can continue to develop talent around this guy. And
if they can develop their defense.
Yeah, that's big. We'll see if Joe Burrow how he recovers from this injury. He's very young. He has plenty of time to do so.
Of course, yeah. That's what I said. It's not like it's like a late career injury and stuff. No. He's still very young. I'm expecting a lot of great things from this guy. Really excited to see how he comes back.
Yeah. It was also weird seeing that kind of injury when you're playing against Alex Smith, who came back from this thing. And I'm sure
also too,
of advice for him.
What is with everybody getting injured at FedEx Field? My good, they need to strip that turf and like hurl it into the core of the earth.
I don't even think it's not even the turf; it's just freak injuries at this point. It's not
exactly like my goodness. This year we've lost so many great players. But to these types of injuries, and honestly, Joe Burrow, man, I'm praying for this guy. Hope he comes back stronger. Yeah.
We're confident he will. We will see what happens. Now, I will say, I think I was wrong about these Falcons. I don't know. My confidence is just gone in them. Taysom Hill didn't look bad. He didn't look great either. But, no touchdowns throwing the ball. But Matt Ryan, the fact that, Matt Ryan was outplayed by Taysom Hill. Let's think about this for a minute. Matt Ryan.
Yeah, my God.
By Taysom Hill. Although Taysom Hill was the leading rusher for the Saints, I mean, it's kind of ridiculous, this whole Taysom Hill system that I said doesn't work. But they're winning football games, and they're 8-2. The Saints are 8-2. Who would have thought? We'll see if they can continue this. But Taysom Hill didn't look too terrible. I mean, they're fine.
Well, I'll say one thing, though. It's great to have Michael Thomas back. 100-yard game when he goes back. That's just crazy stuff. I mean, Matt Ryan looked really washed this game, tossing 2 picks. I mean, not doing really much on the stat sheet just to show anything. He had about like a 50% completion percentage. Not good for a veteran quarterback like him. Todd Gurley was a non-factor. I mean, And with the Saints offense, I mean, like you said, like it's not really this offensive system is not really my cup of tea, but I guess whatever it takes to win. I mean, 2 touchdowns on the ground for Taysom Hill. I mean, another one for Alvin Kamara too.
Yeah.
I mean,
You get the
this was
W, you
just
get the
all
W.
Taysom Hill. Yeah, Taysom Hill almost had like 300 total yards just from him alone.
Yeah.
233 on the in the air and 51 on the ground. I mean, I guess whatever it takes to win, but also too, I would want to be a little bit cautious if this starts to get a little bit predictable. You know?
Yeah. I mean, it very well could. But with the Ravens, it worked for a season and led to a lot of wins. So if the Saints keep this up, win a Super Bowl, I don't think anyone's going to care
Yeah.
if they're predictable the next year.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll see. Again, we'll see. We will very much see what happens. Now, an offense that you said has been very predictable. The New England Patriots. And I said Deshaun Watson was going to get this win. We are big Deshaun Watson fans around here. We love the
Oh,
guy.
most definitely.
And
Call the one possession.
Yeah.
Call one possession with the Texans and the Patriots. I mean,
yeah. Hey, whatever. The fact that Deshaun Watson is the leading rusher with 36 yards is that's bad for this team, especially when you trade the best receiver in the league for David Johnson, who hasn't done anything. But whatever. The Bill O'Brien era is over in Houston. We'll let it slide. But I mean, this was probably the best quarterback play all week, really, besides, the Packers-Colts game.
Honestly, yeah.
At the 1 o'clock games, there was terrible quarterback play. It was not fun watching these quarterbacks go out and throw it, but it was ridiculous. It was absolutely ridiculous, the quarterback play this week. But we had a bright spot. Patriots-Texans. This game really doesn't mean anything in terms of playoffs, in terms of future, but it's more of a draft position game when you're looking at the future. Your boy Damon Harris, though, 11 carries, 43 yards, a touchdown. He did what you need to do. Bird had a great game. We love to see it for the Patriots, but they did not get the win. You got any takes on this game? I don't really. It wasn't really that huge of a game.
Yeah, like you said, doesn't really signal any playoff indications from either of these teams. These teams are definitely not making the playoffs just from the way they've been playing. The Patriots are definitely, after dropping this one, after getting another L, they're definitely not going to win this AFC East because it's too competitive. Like you got the Dolphins and the Bills to worry about. I think the Patriots just just chill. Just look at these draft picks and just see who else they're going to bring in. I mean, Cam Newton, where the hell was this all season?
Yeah.
Over 365 yards. Where did this come from?
Wasn't even enough for the win.
I am not seeing this. My goodness. I did not expect Cam Newton just to pop off like that. That is just uncharacteristic. You haven't seen Cam Newton pop off in the passing game since. I don't know, since
it's been a while.
You could say it's been a while. That's all I could say.
Quite a few
I mean, Deshaun Watson's an absolute beast. My goodness. Yeah. I mean, hope to God they get some help for him because this guy's an absolute beast. He's ridiculous.
Or free him something, please.
Exactly. I mean, you got Cooks, you got Will Fuller. I mean, they're good options, but they're just mostly this team just has speedsters. They don't have like a true big body number one receiver.
Oh, I wonder where they could find one of those. Maybe they traded one.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, this guy named DeAndre. This guy named
DeAndre Hopkins.
This guy named DeAndre Hopkins was on the team. I heard he was pretty trash, so they just kind of just traded him.
Trade him for a washed-up running back. What else is
new? Yeah, You know what? Yeah, we don't need receivers.
No, but absolutely.
Yeah, Deshaun Watson's doing some pretty special stuff this season, and he's just he's a dark horse for next season, just to pop off if they get him a lot more help. Maybe MVP. Who knows?
Maybe if they draft well
not for this season, but next year if they really draft well, I think so. I really, really, really like Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, I will say, Tua. I'm just gonna say this really quickly. The NFL is not easy, like you said it was.
Yeah, I was about to say. Yeah, Tua definitely had a chip on his shoulder, and they definitely knocked it off by sending him to the bench.
He was way too confident. He was very. I mean, I love confidence in quarterbacks. You need to be confident as a quarterback. Joe Burrow.
Yeah, of course.
But when you say that the NFL isn't as hard as you thought it would be, the fact that statement became public means that the Broncos are going to try to hit you. They're going to try to show you, hey, the NFL is not easy. Don't say that kind of stuff. And it happened today. Tua Tagovailoa played awfully because this Bronco defense showed them the NFL is not easy. I wonder who would have thought that. But it's what else is new? Let's see. The NFL is hard. and the Jets suck at football. That's your guarantee as an NFL fan. That's all I got to say. But I will say, Mike, I'm going to say 2 words. Actually, no. I'm going to say 1 word. Cowboys. Go. Go off, Mike. It's your time to shine.
About what?
The Cowboys game, man.
Oh, Cowboys. Okay,
You love talking about
true,
this.
yeah. Okay, so I'll say one thing about Tua, though, before I hop on these Dallas Cowboys and these awful, disgusting, terrible Cowboys fans. But Tua, it's going to be a lot harder. You have another thing coming. You have another stretch of games coming for you. You got, I think, like 7 more games to play in this season. Oh, man, this is going to hit you like a freight train, dude.
Yeah.
You don't get too cocky, man. 83 yards and a touchdown against a pretty below average defense in the Broncos, and you drop to them and you're a playoff team. That's pretty freaking embarrassing. And honestly, I'm pretty glad that the Broncos beat Tua in this game because Tua needed a wake-up call. I do expect him to bounce back next week, but this is a good wake-up call for this guy. Yeah, he's definitely going to kill the Jets.
He's going to throw for at least 2 touchdowns.
So,
if he's
Cowboys
bad,
fans,
then we got to say something about it.
So, Cowboys fans, do you really think you're going to make the playoffs with Andy Dalton in this inept defense? No.
Half game out?
No. I would rather see the football team or the Giants go to the playoffs rather than this pathetic Cowboys team. Yeah. I mean, Zeke, finally for you guys, he plays a decent game. At long last, Zeke comes out of the shadows and just balls out 103 yards, not bad on the ground. I mean, Ceedee Lamb had that amazing, sensational one-hander. My God,
it will most likely be the thumbnail. It is legendary.
Probably. Honestly, that catch was great body control, great flipping the hips just to position herself for that catch. I'll give credit when it's due. Ceedee Lamb had a great touchdown catch. I mean, who else? Amari Cooper, 81 yards, not bad. Okay, no touchdowns though. I mean, Michael Gallup was pretty much a non-factor. Adam Thielen, oh God, wow, this is great offense showing. I don't know that Andy Dalton was going to come out like this. I had no idea. But good, I guess good for him, I guess. Couldn't really care.
All right.
Still, your defense got absolutely torched. This is a very lucky game. 3 points. You got beaten. You only beat them by 3 points. Congratulations, Cowboys fans. Do you want all that validation? You're not going to get it because you guys still suck. But I'll say that. And, Dalvin Cook still ran all over you. And this defense is not going to help you at all because once you start playing more of these good teams, and I'm not saying that the Vikings are a good team. They're not really that much of a great team. But once you be playing these playoff teams, your hopes are going to go right back down to earth. So, Cowboys fans, brace yourselves. Celebrate this week. Sure, you got to win. Good for you. But you got another thing coming for you if you think that this is the start of something new, start of a playoff push, Super Bowl berth. No way that's happening.
They got Washington Thursday, Thanksgiving football. We got Steelers, Ravens for Thanksgiving football. Happy Thanksgiving, by the way, before we keep going. But here we are. The Cowboys, they have 2 tough games this entire season. Against your Eagles, if you want to call that a tough game. They have the Bengals, the 49ers, the Ravens, the Washington football team, your Eagles, and the New York Giants to close out the season. It's not a very hard schedule.
Well, okay, I guess what I'm predicting is that maybe they'll split a game with the Giants. Okay. They're definitely going to get killed by the Ravens. There's no way that
with the way that your boy Lamar Jackson's been playing, who knows?
I just don't know. This defense literally lets anybody run right through them. Yeah. If we're going to be honest, Washington football team, I do think they might drop it again. With the Eagles, I'm not really sure. I think they'll probably beat them once. Since it's probably at Jerry World, so I could expect that maybe the series will be split this season. I really don't know. So who knows? If the Cowboys make it to the playoffs, I will cry. So
I
cry happy tears because when they get those expectations up,
right, then they're gonna blow it. And you get to watch the Cowboys fans cry.
And I get to laugh and drink all those tears.
Yeah. I can't wait until the day. I know you're going to say that this is impossible, but what if the Cowboys win the Super Bowl and we're still doing this? That's going to be the fun day, and you will be here. It's going to be
my.
But I may be 85 at that point. Long way to go. But anyway. But a guy that I'm going to remember until I'm 85, until I can't remember anymore, is Patrick Mahomes. He is God. That's what I have to say about Patrick Mahomes. I mean, but it was a close game. It was a very, very close game. 35-31 with the Raiders. I like the Raiders this year. 6-4. You know who has the same record as the Raiders? Baltimore, a team that we thought was going to go like 7-2 at this point, 7-3, 8-2 at this point. Patrick Mahomes, 45 throws. What else is new? They just use this arm like it's just like they can just do whatever.
He's got a
time,
freak cannon for an arm.
Oh my God, it's amazing. It's
just like he just goes like this and it flies 40 yards. Easy.
Yeah,
he just goes like this, flicks
that's
it.
Patrick Mahomes. I think he will retire as the greatest quarterback of all time. That's my opinion. But he's got to.
We'll see. You know, I mean, he's definitely on. He could be on pace to be it. I mean, he's got all the talent in the world that you can ask for in a quarterback. You know.
Yeah, he's got.
But
MVP.
yeah,
got us.
I mean, I'll say this. Yeah, I mean, I'll say this though. I mean, the Raiders put a lot of heart into this. I really like what I've seen from them this season. Yeah. I mean, their wide receiver core is not elite, but they make it work. I mean, receiving core wise, you got Darren Waller, who's definitely like a top 5 tight end. Still good.
Just say your Eagle.
And yeah, I know, and I'm about to say it. Nelson Aguilar. Don't know why he couldn't do this last season, but he has been absolutely balling. People have been saying that he's Pro Bowl level right now. I've never thought I would say Nelson Aguilar goes to the Pro Bowl. I have no idea. He's been balling out though. No kidding. He almost one-handed Kendall Fuller on a touch. I think Kyle or Kendall Fuller. I don't remember, but whatever. But
Kyle.
But this Chiefs defensive back almost got one-handed mossed by Nelson Aguilar. I've never seen that in my life. My goodness. But yeah, every time I think of the Raiders, I just think of Nelson Aguilar because, I mean, I'm very proud that he's doing very well.
Yeah.
Good for him, but yeah, I mean, the Raiders are definitely doing something right. And I think it comes down to coaching too. John Gruden is one of the brightest bright minds in this coaching field right now in the NFL. Yeah. I mean, making something. I mean, on paper, this offense should be like decent, okay, not great, considering that your most reliable like receiver at the beginning of the season was probably Darren Waller, and people thought they were going to rely too heavily on Josh Jacobs. But look at them now; they're 6-4 in the playoff picture right now, and they look really good. Honestly, I could say this: I think they might take a wild card spot. I could see that happening. I really like. I mean, obviously, their kryptonite is the young Raiders defense. Their defense is very inconsistent. I mean, as you've seen, they gave up the game-winning touchdown to Travis Kelce, but they really have a lot of heart when they play. Love to see it, and I really like where John Gruden is going with this team.
I love it. Now, here's the thing. Their wild card chances very high. Let's go to their schedule. The Falcons, the Jets, the Colts, the Chargers,
lose,
the Dolphins, and the Broncos. That's probably 2 losses in their next stretch.
Honestly, I could say one. The only one I would say they could probably lose is to the Colts. Yeah, I would say they could probably lose to the Colts, but this is a very winnable schedule. I mean, hold on. So the Chargers, you should be able to win that, obviously. The Jets, you should blow them the hell out, obviously, again. Yeah, the Falcons, Broncos. So basically Broncos, Jets, Falcons, those are definitely winnable games. That puts them in the 9-win column right there.
They could easily go 11-5 with the schedule, maybe 10-6.
Honestly, yeah, I could say that. I'm honestly predicting 10-6, 11-5, and I think they, like I said, I think they make the wild card this year. I think it's about time that the Raiders fans finally get some shine, get their time to shine. You know, stop hiding your houses. Stop. The rainstorm has stopped, Raiders fans, and your team is going to the playoffs this year. I really like what I see.
Yeah, well, please go stay in your house for as long as possible, but under different circumstances, yes, they can come out and celebrate this victory.
The rainstorm is over in Las Vegas.
The rainstorm is over, but the pandemic is not. Anyway.
Yeah, of course.
Rams and the Buccaneers on Monday Night Football. Yesterday Night Football. Your boy, Thomas Brady. Yes, very much so.
Prime time
Tom Brady. I mean, here's the thing. I would hate to be critical of Tom Brady this late in his career, but the expectations for him are very high.
Because look who you have around you.
You have Antonio Brown, who's starting to get a little better. He's working on it, but, still plenty of work left to do for him. Chris Godwin, Mike
Yeah,
Evans,
of
Rob
course.
Gronkowski, Cameron Brate, Leonard Fournette, Ronald Jones. I mean, come on. This team is amazing. This Buccaneers team is so
This
good.
literally should be the best offense in the NFL, yet it's not. It's
This should be
probably
one
one
of
of
the
the
best
most
offenses to
inconsistent.
ever play in the NFL.
Exactly. I mean, also too, this is why with the formula like dream teams or anything, they never work because
You know very well.
it's just trends to show that they don't work. Like
You do.
it's personal experience. You could look at the dream team with the Eagles with Vince Young. They went 8-8 that season.
Yeah.
Whoa, missed the playoffs.
Ooh.
And I mean, Ronald Jones and Leonard Fournette, they didn't do much on the ground. I mean, they both had literally the same average yards per carry. That is
24 yards for Ronald
ridiculous.
Jones. That's the leading
That
rusher.
that's really sad. I mean,
So Malcolm Brown
Ronald
didn't do
Jones is
much.
probably
Their leading rusher was Malcolm Brown with 20 yards. This was a passing game. And Jared Goff outdueled Tom. That just does not sound right. Whatever. But yeah, Aaron Rodgers.
like I said. I think the
Jared Goff
Bucks
outdueled Tom Brady.
defense is overrated. I mean, the Rams had a great game plan going in. I saw a lot of play action too.
Yeah.
I mean, Jared Goff definitely kept the ball. He definitely had a clean stat line. He kept the ball safe.
Okay.
I mean, at some points, obviously, he had his mistakes. 2 picks. I mean, that's happens. But I mean, Tom Brady was a lot less inconsistent. I mean, my goodness. I mean,
yeah. But you know what?
16 yards, 2-2. That's the touchdown interception ratio.
The game losing
Tom Brady and
interception
the
at
Bucks.
the end on an overthrow.
Yeah, Bucks have shown that they can win these primetime games. I mean,
Yeah.
well, like we called it, we thought that the Rams would come out and win. They have a better defense and a better coach, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, the Bucks need to clean up the act, or else they can see themselves maybe looking outside of the playoff picture. Who knows at this point?
Yeah, we'll see what happens with them. I mean, the Saints have been playing phenomenally.
Saints are,
here's
yeah,
what
that's what
I
I'm saying.
like.
The Saints are coming up.
Yeah, they're looking good. Here's what I like about the Rams, though, and what's winning them a lot of games. I know that a lot of people don't like to give punters love, but Johnny Hecker is the reason that the Rams were even close with the reason the game, the Super Bowl, was as low of a score as it was. The punting matchup in that Super Bowl was phenomenal, and Johnny Hecker was a part of that. If the Rams won the Super Bowl, I would have given Johnny Hecker Super Bowl MVP. I'm not even being funny with that. Like I'm serious. I would have given him Super Bowl MVP.
Well, I mean,
Because
Jared Goff didn't play too hot in
Yeah.
that Super
And
Bowl,
that's-
so I mean, I would have
yeah.
not given it to him.
I would have given it to Johnny Hecker because when you win the field position battle, you very likely, a lot of the time, you're going to win the game and you're going to hold your opponent to not as many points as you. And that's how you win
Mhm.
football games. If the Rams did this and if the Rams ran the ball successfully, if they had, let's say, maybe Todd Gurley, let's say, but I mean, if he was still great, he's fallen off a bit. He has arthritis. I can't fault him for that.
He's fallen off. He's fallen
But
off, dude.
with the
Don't not a
way-
bit.
yeah, quite a bit. But let's say the Rams had an elite running back, and they ran the ball better. I mean, this team is elite. They're 7-3. They're playing amazing, and they are going to be hard to beat in the NFC. I mean,
Yeah, I'm surprised because I honestly, when I was looking at this season, I said the Rams feel to me like a 9-7, 10-6 at best team. They don't feel like
they
an
very
elite
well could
team,
do
but
that.
now, yeah, but like, I mean, right now, they're definitely proving the haters wrong, especially like
Yeah.
me. I mean, they're proving me wrong, definitely. I don't see them going 2-4 down the stretch for the rest of the season.
No.
Don't see it happening.
No, I mean, it's difficult to say. Let's go to their schedule, as we love to do. They have the Jets. They start out. They got the 49ers. They should beat the Cardinals. A tough game as usual. The Patriots. We'll see about that one. The Jets. Come on. The Seahawks and then the Cardinals again. It's a tough stretch, and they very well could go 7-9, but I highly doubt it because they've been playing absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah,
This is a
they
big
do.
Rams
They
battle.
do have a lot of divisional games, a lot of critical divisional games, considering how competitive the NFC West is. I mean, I
Yeah.
expect them to beat the Niners. They probably will split with the Cardinals one game apiece.
Yeah.
They should definitely destroy the Jets. They should beat the Patriots and the Seahawks. They could very well split this one too. And honestly, you're looking at maybe like maybe like a
9-7,
2.
7-6.
Yeah, I could see like a 4-2 down the stretch.
Yeah.
I could definitely see them dropping one to
That
the
too.
Seahawks, dropping one to the Cardinals. Definitely the locks I would say that they will beat is definitely the Jets and the 49ers. I could see that happening.
Yeah, that's what I would lock in 9-7 with this team at least.
Yeah, so you could see 11 them coming out with 11-5, and that's still playoff. That's still playoff picture.
If they beat the Jets and the 49ers, and then you split against Arizona, you find a way to beat the Patriots. I mean, that's 11-5. So,
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
I'll take that.
Hmm.
That's playoffs, and that's potentially a division winner. They're tied right now with Seattle. You have to. I think if
Yeah.
you want to win this division, you have to beat Seattle. Obviously, that's going to be a huge
Yeah,
game
definitely.
at week 16 of the season. But
Hmm.
it's going to be fun to watch this team. I like the way they play football. I like Sean McVay, one of the best young bright minds in the entire National Football League, and I think he has potential to be one of the
Definitely.
greatest coaches to ever do it. But just based on age and how successful he's been. But
Yeah,
these Rams are solid. I love these Rams. I think they're going to be good for quite some time. They found a way.
they definitely will. As long as Sean McVay is the coach, they're going to be just fine.
Exactly. I love me some Sean McVay, man. 34. He was 16 when Tom Brady won his first Super Bowl.
That's
I
crazy.
don't know if
And
that
they
shows
played
more
him.
how young that Sean McVay is or how old Tom Brady is. I think a little bit of both. But anyway,
Yeah, definitely.
that'll do it for us. Unless if you have anything else to add, Mike.
No, I'm good, bro.
Yeah. All right. Thank you all for watching on the break. This was a fun week to cover, to go over. I'm sorry about your Eagles, but they're still in the lead. Anyway, we will see you all. Yeah, just, whatever. We will see you all next time on the break. I am John, signing off for Mike, and thank you all for watching. We will see you another time. Thanks for watching.